Tomatoes are one of the widely grown vegetables in Uganda. It takes 3 months before they can be harvested for use. Globally, they are a significant component of dishes served on dining tables because of they are rich in vitamin C and E. For Uganda in particular, tomatoes are grown widely for commercial purposes to be sold locally or exported. Most people, however, find them on the market ready for consumption, but are the tomato sellers, farmers, or even consumers aware of the value additions to the vegetable, or are they just unable to creatively use them as a source of income? We visited Miss Patricia Birungi, a small-scale entrepreneur dealing in the production of tomato ketchup and hot sauce. At her home, Birungi does all her production in one small room which covers approximately 10 square meters. Her business goes by the name Chloe Spices and it started on 14th April 2018. Without a specific target market, Birungi tries interesting everyone with her tomato ketchup by telling people what the product is and giving them samples to test.
The market for these products vary. So we have, I can say we have quite a wide market. We sell to every person that is interested in the product. We try to interest people in this product by giving them samples, telling them what the product is, you know. So it is not like we not only just tell them that it is tomato ketchup, we tell them what is tomato ketchup.
When Birungi thought of starting a business, she thought of one in an agricultural field, though she didn't know what exactly she would venture in. She then contacted a friend of hers for advice. The friend then told her about making tomato ketchup and hot sauce. She thought about it and later decided she would venture in that.
So he's the food scientist. He did food science and I did human resources. So along the way in both our careers we met, and so I was interested in this young man who was very knowledgeable. He knew so much about food science and about science. And by that time actually I asked him, because I was growing watermelons by that time from Mpigi. Then I wanted so much to do a business, but not this, like not the boutique kind of businesses, but I wanted really an investment, an establishment. It's something that I had at the back of my mind, but I had not figured out which one exactly. So when I interacted with David, my other partner is called David. When I interacted with him, by the time I was growing watermelons, I asked him, what can I do, you know, like which value addition can I add on these watermelons? Can I make, like, what can I produce out of these watermelons? So he told me there is so much that you can produce. Watermelons they have so many healthy benefits. So he took me through all of them. Then he told me that just maybe the setup, the start capital may be a bit huge because you may need machinery, because for watermelons they are so rich in juice and they have different minerals and vitamins and fibers. So he told me all that. So he asked, actually himself, he told me, but now there are also other businesses, there are also other products where we can add value, you know, and we do value addition and we do a product. And I asked him, like, which one? He told me we can do probably tomato sauce, we can do hot sauce, and I was really interested.
However, when we visited Nakawa Market, we found out that most tomato farmers and sellers were interested in adding value to the vegetable, but fear that there are many loopholes in the venture.
We like it so much and we always think about it, because sometimes the tomato market falls, and when there is an alternative of adding value to the tomatoes, it may be of help for us. What stops us is the material or machinery and money altogether. We need lectures so that we can learn how these things are made and maybe buy the machinery, but we do not know how much it costs.
In the same spirit, Emiri Danamialo, a tomato vendor for over 15 years, says she has gained a lot in selling tomatoes and wishes to elevate from just a tomato seller to a processor, but fears that the venture is very expensive.
neeyongera oba nti nkole nga tomato
I would wish
sauce,
to elevate and maybe
oba
make
nga
tomato
kino
sauce,
ekirina
but I don't have the ability.
sobola
I can't
kukola
make tomato sauce because it is
kubanga
expensive.
ya bbeeyi. Sobola kugula kyuma
I can't afford the
kola
machinery.
tomato sauce.
I don't even
Sirina
have the
ky'oyinza
space.
mukolera.
Talking to the Commissioner Processing and Marketing at the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, Dr. Joshua Mutambi, he revealed that the ministry extends and enables access to financial resources and cooperatives to those who intend to add value to tomatoes.
So we support these processors in a number of ways, including enabling them to access financial resources through cooperatives, through circles.
The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives is a key government ministry that has played a key role in promoting tomato value addition in the country. It is mandated to promote value addition, industry and manufacturing, export and cooperatives. It's therefore on this point that the ministry has developed and facilitated policy guidance and strategies for tomato products in the country, and because of this, many businesses are a success.
First of all, the ministry's key mandate is to develop policies. We develop policy for trade. There is a policy for trade which promotes export, which looks at the facilitating trade and investments. That's for trade, but we also have industry, whereby we promote industrial development. We give guidance to industrialists, our investors. We support the small and medium enterprises, small businesses that want to start value addition, for example, activities like tomatoes. We provide work spaces. You know, SMEs, in most cases, they work from their homes, cottage industries. But we also provide some work places, like industrial parks, small industrial parks. Okay. We also provide standards, because all these processors, they need to be guided technically, so they have to follow with the required standards.
Apparently, Birungi's business is doing great because her production scope has increased from producing 10 boxes of ketchup monthly to producing 150 boxes monthly. Her products are being sold in most parts of the country and has hope that Ugandans will get more interested in her products because of the increased tax on imported products.
Currently, the business is doing well. That one I can say, and really, the business there is a very huge progress. We started from really small. By the time we started, we were making hot sauce alone, and we started with 25 boxes. They're the ones that we started with. Then after 25, we went to 50 to 75. So we somehow stayed at 75. We would do 75, 80 there. We stayed to there. I can say, and I'm happy. I've not yet read through the whole budget, but at least I've had highlights that the government has so much imposed heavy taxes on those goods that are produced here, and still people get them from outside countries. So I'm happy, and I at least credit the government on that it has at least looked through, because when they charge heavy taxes on those products, say if they charge, say from my competitor Heinz, if they charge him highly, people will see him as being expensive, and they may probably adopt my locally made ketchup.
As a way of promoting small-scale businesses like that of Birungi, the Ministry of Trade, in collaboration with other ministries, organizes small-scale fairs and exhibitions to mainly encourage small-scale manufacturers to come, exhibit and sell their products.
The ministry goes ahead and also, in collaboration with other ministries, departments and agencies, organizes exhibitions, trade fairs. You hear of the local trade exhibitions in Uganda Manufacturers showground, the small scale exhibitions. We encourage them to come and participate. Recently, we, in partnership with Uganda Small Scale Industry Association, we have launched the street markets. Street markets, we recently launched one in Barara, where all processors, all manufacturers are encouraged to come and display their goods and sell. Mbarara local government municipality has offered every Sunday one street for all small-scale manufacturers and producers to bring their products for display and for sale.
Although Birungi's business is promising, she faces numerous challenges, and worrying of all are the unfair government policies on taxes that cause price fluctuations, and this compress her small-scale business. She calls upon government to be considerate towards the taxes imposed on them.
Biggest challenge that I've encountered, there are two that we have encountered as a company. Number one, when you go to the field, people despise Ugandan products so much. They don't trust them. They don't believe them. So we do so much explanation until when someone tests the product and really feels that yes, I'm eating a hot sauce. This is really hot, and I feel the freshness in it. I feel the natural spices and ingredients. There are these people from Wakiso district that always say, "Do you have the sticker? You're supposed to pay a sticker of 40,000 shillings per month for you to sell within Wakiso." And they always tell us that for you to sell within Wakiso, you must pay it. Even when you go to other districts, you must also pay a sticker of their own fee that they have said. But so far, those other districts, we have not encountered any person. But for Wakiso, it is so much serious. And the biggest problem with it is those people are not considerate, because they would actually consider on which level are you. I one day asked that person who was charging that amount, and I asked him that, so what do you base on, to charge me 40,000? How much do you charge Coca-Cola? He said it is the same amount. I was like, that is not fair, because you can't charge Cleo Spices 40,000. I'm going to sell probably 200,000 within Wakiso. Coca-Cola is going to sell at billions.
The other challenge that Birungi encounters is the mistrust that Ugandans have towards Ugandan-made products. But as manufacturers, they are confident and well conversant with the products they make.
In most markets where we go to, someone will ask you, who makes this? Is it an Indian? Is it an Indian product? So people seem to trust so much Indian products, okay, and all those other international products, foreign products, other than our local products. And I believe we have here people who are really well qualified to do products, but it's just that people don't trust. They have not yet built the trust. So it has been actually the biggest challenge, but we have overcome that because we believe in our product, and it's really a good product.
However, the Ministry of Trade, through its Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy, is encouraging and ensuring the consumption of locally produced products compared to the imported ones, as Dr. Mtambi explains.
The Ministry put in place a Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy, which we call it BUBU. And that policy is aimed at supporting consumption of locally produced products and services. The produced products like tomatoes or value-added tomatoes have to conform to standards.
For those who wish to start the same kind of business like Birungi, confidence, determination, and persistence are key.
I understand there are people who have the resources, who have actually everything, but they can't start. First of all, you must be confident and you must be determined.
Dr. Mtambi also advises tomato processors and those who wish to venture in the field of the kind to do enough research before processing so as to come up with quality products that reach international standards.
When you talk of value addition in tomatoes, it is a product that needs research and product development. Some processors have just processed raw material, processed tomatoes, basic tomatoes and pack, and the product will not be good. There are other ingredients that the processors add, to preserve, for example, your value-added tomato. So there is need for research.
Mr. Peterson Musisi, a tomato vendor at Nakawa Market, advises that for the country to have quality tomato products, it all starts from the extreme care and attention tomato growers give the vegetable while still in the garden.
I advise farmers to ensure quality production of tomatoes by mulching them well while still in the garden. Most people bring poor quality tomatoes, and even if you intend to make tomato sauce, it may not be of good quality if the tomatoes themselves are of poor quality.